Hi all, welcome to goclasses. In this session, we have with us Anandu, who secured All India rank 15 in PGEE 2026 Computer Science paper. Anandu was goclasses complete course student for his GATE preparation. In GATE CS 2026, he secured All India rank 1107, and we are incredibly happy and proud of him. So, Anandu, thank you for joining us in this session and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Anandu, please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm Anandu Gagarin. I'm a 2020 graduate, a little elder than most of the aspirants out there. I'm a EEE graduate from College of Engineering, Priyanshu, and I was an Air Force officer in the engineering branch. I served for 5 years from 2020 to 2025. I was in the rank of flight lieutenant when I resigned. And this preparation for GATE was basically, I decided to do this as a pivot to my career. So that's how it started. And I started a full-time preparation after my resignation in 2025 September. I gave 5 months very dedicatedly for this. But I couldn't perform as per my preparation in GATE. It was just that single day something. It didn't. It was not optimal. I would say I couldn't manage the time and all. So nevertheless, I could perform a little bit better in PGEE. So that's it. Nothing more or nothing less.
So, Anandu, you completed your BTech in
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you joined Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force. Indian Air Force as engineering officer.
Engineering officer.
Yes.
Okay. And when did you join Air Force? Like you completed BTech in 2020. So after that, when did you join?
Just 10 days after my final exam, I joined Air Force. So
Okay,
my
okay.
selection and everything happened in the final year. I think 7th sem mein mera AFCAT exam and SSB, everything got cleared. And luckily, I made it into the merit list by the end of my exams. And during the COVID time, there was some delay in the final semester examination. It happened around July and August first week. And by the 4th week of August, I was in Air Force Academy.
Okay. तो जो Air Force join करने के लिए in the 7th semester you cleared one exam. What is the name of that exam?
AFCAT, Air Force Common Aptitude Test.
AFCAT.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, okay. Air Force Common Aptitude Test.
Correct.
Okay, okay. So this is only to for the recruitment in the Air Force as engineering officer.
No. This is for officers, all officers. But if you have to be an engineer, then there's an additional exam along with the AFCAT, just for those who are applying to engineering branch. That is called EKT, Engineering Knowledge Test. So if you clear that as well, then you will be considered for the engineering branch in Air Force.
Okay, so these two exams you have to clear.
Yeah, correct.
And after that, there is some interview also?
Yeah, correct. There is an interview procedure called SSB, Staff Selection Board. So that is a 5-day interview. And that I was able to clear that as well during that time.
Okay. Actually, I am just curious, So
Yeah.
when you told that you were in Air Force as engineering officer, so that's really something interesting. So I'm just curious, and that's why I'm asking these questions to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were in Air Force for 5 years?
Yeah, correct. 5 years.
Okay. And you mentioned something about flight, something your rank was what was your rank?
That is flight lieutenant.
Flight lieutenant. Okay, okay. So this was your rank. This was your rank from the beginning, or like you got some promotion?
That's a promoted rank. Actually, officers join and get the initial rank is flying officer, and it's the next rank is flight lieutenant. It's similar to what you call captain in army. So it's the same rank in Air Force. It's
Okay,
a parallel
awesome.
Air Force.
Awesome. So Huge respect for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, Anandu, you you started your gate preparation after leaving the job?
Actually, I my first preparation was like I started in 2024 August, but that was not for getting a good rank in GATE or anything like that. I just wanted, I just took it as a personal challenge due to some personal reasons, not for getting admission and everything. Since there was no concrete uh, uh, what can I say, approval of my resignation. I didn't know when I will be able to get my resignation approved. So it was just a challenge. I took it on myself to clear the gate because during my work in my units, I felt I have some gaps in understanding, especially in networks uh, and this computer part. Okay, after my training, I was given this specialization of uh, network and cybersecurity. So I was working in that area, but there was some core understanding that I was missing. Since my undergraduation was in Triple I, and whenever I tried to understand that, then there were some basic missing in that part also. Like for example, during my training, we were told about STP, spanning tree protocol, to avoid loops and everything. But first of all, I didn't know what is tree itself at that time. My uh, my colleagues who were from computer science background, they were able to understand. Things were easy for them, especially in the network part, and even in the cybersecurity part also. When they were teaching about SQL injection and all, I was hardly able to understand stuff. So and after a point, I decided if I start understanding, try to go for NPTEL courses or something like that. It's uh, okay. I can go through the theory, but it's not. I'm not able to remember, or in 3 4 months I'm forgetting stuff. So I thought, why not get the entire fundamental understanding of computer science? So I had that thought, and I understood that preparing for GATE will be a good way to get that understanding. So and but I delayed that for some time. For 5 6 months, I was contemplating on whether I should prepare, because we don't have that much of time. The luxury of time we don't have in Air Force. So it was a challenge in terms of managing time as well as getting this knowledge. Then after some time, I took it okay. I cannot delay further, and I started preparing from 2024 August, and I couldn't complete the syllabus as well. I had to leave out TOC and compiler design. Then the first in my first gate attempt, I got a rank of 1501, and score was around 684. And at that time, I was not looking for admissions or anything, since my resignation was not approved, or I couldn't get the timeline on when I will be able to get relieved from service and join some college. So that was about the first attempt. Then I thought that preparation helped a lot, in the sense that uh, I really like this. I started liking the subject computer architecture, networks. When the depth of these topics were understood, I got really interested, and I thought, okay, why not career into tech? So that's where at that point only, I decided to take goclasses courses, since I wanted to do a serious preparation. And again, but therefore, I bought the course in 2025 March or April. I don't remember correctly. And but there were again some issue with the time my resignation got approved. Then I had a lot of documentation and stuff. I was really busy till my release. I got my release in September, and after that, in after 2 3 days, I started sitting dedicatedly for GATE 2026. So and since I didn't cover TOC and compiler design, that was the first challenge. And I had a very constrained a huge constraint in the amount of time I have. So I relied on your lectures of TOC and compiler design. Then also algorithms was a weak point for me. That also I did some part of DBMS. Again, that I did from goclasses. Then I took that summary course of discrete mathematics from goclasses, and rest everything I went through my own previous notes from the previous preparation. So per se, I couldn't complete all the courses of goclasses, but whichever I did, I I was blown away at certain points. I can explicitly tell a certain point in TOC that countability and that part, countable, uncountable, that part I was just blown away, because that questions when I faced first time in 2025, I was like, what's the thing? What's the thing behind this? So after that goclasses, this TOC course, I was very happy that I learned that stuff. And similarly, in if I come to networks, I had some issue with digextra. Then this thing, Bellman, the proof of Bellman-Ford. So these were the things I believe goclasses has did a wonderful work to make people understand, and that helped me a lot during preparation. And I took your test series as well. I started giving it from December. I for 2 months I gave around 14 mocks, including the AMTs. So it was good. The preparation, I would say, time was limited, but I was able to extract whatever I could from your courses and test series. And that helped a lot, actually. Cannot deny that.
Thank you, Anandu, for sharing your review of Go classes. Also, you shared the complete, I can say, preparation journey so far.
Yeah.
So you you got 1100 1107 rank you got in the GATE CS 2026 paper.
Yeah.
Okay, then were you like disheartened that with this rank you might not get some desired college? So what was your mindset immediately after the GATE exam was over? What were you thinking that, okay, what should you do next? How many days did you spend, or I can say, did you waste without doing anything? And then when did you resume your preparation for the PGW? So can you please tell us about your mindset immediately after the GATE 2026 exam was over?
Okay. This will be a little bit unconventional, because first thing after gate, I was very surprised and disheartened. As obviously, I have poured in my hours, and I have did a very honest and dedicated preparation. So just because of that single day, and I couldn't manage time, a little bit of panic during the exam, and that for first 2 days, because of these things, I was thinking only these things, that silly mistakes I made in the last 5-10 minutes. I attempted 3 questions, and all three I made wrong, but not because I didn't get the wrong answer, but I marked the wrong answer. So I was thinking over these things for next 2 days, and I'll be honest, I was disheartened, because I decided to pivot to a career in tech against all the advices my seniors in Air Force and most of my colleagues and these college batchmates who advised to go for a a management career, to do an MBA. So I was like, uh, I neglected them, and I was stubborn that I'll be going to tech. Then suddenly, on the mistake of a single day, then I had to rethink every decision I took, just that single day. And for few days, I didn't attempt anything, because I didn't take any break after my resignation. I came home. Then 3 days after, I started sitting for gate. I didn't take a single break. So I felt I need a good break. Then I reached out to my colleagues and seniors regarding getting back to industry. So I was fortunate enough to get an offer very soon. So I was rethinking whether should I give it again, since I am like a little bit older candidate. I cannot spend so much of time repeating, going for research programs or anything. So I was confused for a good amount of time. Then I decided, okay, I'll give triple IT. That too, I decided by March 3rd week or second week only. I registered, but again, I was I'll say honestly, I was a bit tired of preparation and this. I just wanted to get out of this preparation loop. So I didn't dedicatedly sit for PGW. I took the mock test. I purchased the mock test from goclasses for PGW. I focused on the aptitude part since I had one of my college batchmates who did his MTech from IIIT Hyderabad. I had a conversation with him. So he told the technical part is more or less comparable to gate, and it will be easier than gate, a little bit easier than gate, and only aptitude part I have to focus on. That too, not so intensely, but just take care of the variations of questions and just go through the varieties, and so you'll get the idea. That was his advice, and I did that through the mock test. I focused on the aptitude part, then technical part. I skipped in the last four, 3 or 4 mocks I took. I skipped the technical part since I felt very confident. Even though my score was not that attractive in GATE, but I was very confident in my technical preparation. I knew I would be able to do good in the technical part. So mocks helped me, and I just took only 5 or 6 full mocks, and 4 mocks I just did the aptitude part. So this was my preparation, and otherwise I didn't do any revision with the notes or anything. Just did PYQs. That thing I did. Since I had to prepare for this interview at IISc for this robotics, I had gone through this linear algebra course, then of goclasses, then I did the previous year questions of linear algebra and probability, then some part of OS. In a mixed manner, I just went through the PYQs. So that was a revision, I would say, not a go back to the notes and everything. I didn't do that. I was revising through the PYQs. So that was a preparation for PGW, to be honest. And I consider myself very fortunate that I was able to get this rank.
Okay. So basically, after the GATE exam was over, your mainly your PGW preparation involved aptitude. You were
Yeah,
mainly focused on aptitude, and you just had the confidence in your technical knowledge from the GATE preparation. You had the confidence that okay, my technical knowledge will help me, so let me focus on the aptitude part. And of course, you were preparing for the interviews also, so some subjects you revised, like linear algebra, probability, these subjects you revised for your interview preparation also.
yeah.
And you did PYQs. So overall, this was your PGW preparation, I can say, in the 2 months between the GATE exam was over and PGW exam. So in the 2 months, this is what you did.
Yeah, correct. More than 1.5 months. I would say April, full April, I did this only.
Okay. And Anandu, in the PGW, how many marks you got?
I got 65.52, or I'll just check the screen result.
Sure. You can check. Actually, let me also check. I think you shared your scorecard also with me yesterday. So,
I think it
does
is,
it have the marks?
it
I
doesn't have
think it.
mark. I'll just get back to you. I think it was 65 point something. I'm sure about that. I'll just logging
Okay.
in. I'll tell you right now.
Sure. So, Anandu got rank PGW 2026 rank, that is 15. Okay. And let me tell all the students, you can check your marks, Anandu. Let me tell all the students about the cutoff rank.
Yes.
So in IIIT Hyderabad, for computer science students, basically there are 3 programs: MTech CS, MTech CSIS, MTech PDM. Okay. So for these programs, in the round one, this is the round one cutoff, that for MTech CS the cutoff is rank 85. Okay, if you have rank under 85, so then you are eligible for IIIT Hyderabad MTech CS. And for CSIS, the cutoff is rank 112. So if you have rank under 112, 112, then you are eligible for IIIT Hyderabad MTech CSIS. And for PDM, the cutoff is 156 rank. Okay, if your rank is in top 156, then you are eligible, or I can say you can get admission in IIIT Hyderabad MTech PDM. This is about the first round. Okay, because after the first round some students will select, they will choose, some students will reject, so ultimately this cutoff will also increase. Okay, so but this is the round one cutoff. Yes, so Anandu, on all India rank 15 in PGW computer science 2026, how many marks you got?
65.5.
65.5, this is the marks.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
okay. And do you have any idea, in the aptitude 40 questions and in the technical 50 questions, how many marks you might have gotten here and how many marks you might have gotten here?
I just remember about the attempts I made. I cannot tell that, but almost I think I gave 36 attempts in among the 40 aptitude questions, and I think it should be some 32 should be correct.
Okay,
And in technical, my total attempts were like 79 out of 90, and it should be what 40. I think I attempted some 43 questions in 43 or 42 questions in technical, and similarly 5 or 6 questions I got wrong. Rest I managed to make it correct.
okay, okay, Anandu. So this is about your PGW result and PGW preparation. We
Yeah,
have also discussed about your gate preparation. So in the gate CS 2026, Anandu got 1107 rank. And Anandu, you also appeared for interviews. After the
yeah.
gate exam was over, how many interviews have you appeared in?
I appeared for the MTech RAS Robotics and Autonomous Systems interview. Then
In
this
which college?
IISc.
IISc. Okay, okay,
Then I gave the MS Computer Science interview at Indore, and on 15th I have this CDS MTech Research CDS interview at IISc again.
okay,
So
okay.
both my interviews were good. It went well.
So the result of these interviews, that is like yet to come.
No, I was recommended in the IISc robotics interview. That was shown in the portal itself. So that interview I cleared, and I don't have any idea about the MS indoor interview. So
Okay.
that was an online interview, and that also like they hardly asked 4 questions, and luckily I was able to answer them. So that shouldn't be a problem.
So, what are you planning to join? Are you going to join the IIIT Hyderabad, or are you going to join IISc, the offer that you got? So, or something else are you waiting for?
I'm actually contemplating on these things. Uh, Seriously, I'm also a little bit confused since I have another offer to get back to industry. Then, but if I go for that, then I'll be again. If I go for MTech next year, I'll be 30 kind of, and I feel a little bit old thinking about that. So I'm giving serious thoughts about these things. To be honest, I haven't decided completely, but IIIT Hyderabad will be the best option if I'm not able to make it to the top seven, which is most likely to happen. So I'm sorry, I cannot say that since I haven't decided.
Okay, okay, no problem, Anandu. So you have, of course, you have many offers at your disposal. Of course, you can choose the best for yourself in the upcoming days.
Yeah.
So so Anandu, we have discussed about PGW, about your gate preparation. Okay, I think we have discussed everything. So if anyone has any doubt, you can ask your doubt in the chat. Okay, in the live chat, you can ask your doubts if you want to ask any doubt to Anandu. So overall, Anandu, this is really incredible journey. First you completed your BTech in 2020, then you joined Air Force. You were in Air Force for 5 years, and then after resigning from the job, you started gate preparation. In the gate also you did excellent, I can say. In gate CS 2025 your rank was 1500, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so in gate CS 2025 Anandu got all India rank near 1500. Then in gate CS 2026 1100, and in PGW 2026 all India rank 15. So this is really incredible. And of course the interview also went very well for IISc Bangalore robotics, and of course many more offers might come. So overall, it's really incredible journey, Anandu. And one more thing, actually, we had conversation over call. I think 4 or 5 times we had
Yeah,
conversation over call, and you never told me that you were in Air Force. Like this info, I did not have in this interview. In this live interview, I got to know about it. So when we were having the call conversations, after the gate exam, uh, like this you did not tell me, of course. And you also, I think, after the gate exam was over, did you also start like DA preparation? Were you learning the DA also?
I started a little bit, uh, thinking it will be better if once I at the time of joining college, if I have some basic understanding of this machine learning and stuff, that will help me academically. So I started the DA preparation just
Okay,
after.
okay. Okay, so like immediately after the gate CS exam was over, did you enrolled in the Go classes
Yeah,
gate
correct,
DA course, right?
correct. Exactly. I joined that course thinking it will help for the upcoming academics, and as well as I was at that time it was a a retraction mood, or I would say your ego was hurt. So that I took a very emotional decision to, yes, I'll hit it again. I got into that kind of a mode, and then after a few days I was like, okay, let it go. Uh, Whatever is done, whatever happened is happened, and just I have to get out of this loop. I realized that thing. So, but still, I'm learning the advanced linear algebra part right now. So anyway, that will help. That learning should always happen, I believe. And I'm doing that, but not in to get a gate rank next year or anything. Just for the sake of understanding stuff, I'm going through the course.
Yes, actually, if you go for MTech, masters or MS, if you go for masters, then it will help you. The machine learning, linear algebra, probability, these things will help you. You can, like, whether you choose MTech computer science or whether you choose MTech AI, MTech data science, basically these courses are going to help you. And I think in the first semester you will be having these courses.
Yeah,
So there it will be, in the first semester, in the second semester it will be very helpful.
yeah, correct. I wanted to have the right basics because first thing, the point where I started gate preparation itself is that I didn't have the basics while I was working. I failed to understand a lot of stuff. So I want to minimize that, learning curve, or I would say that knowledge gap before I join MTech. So I'm pursuing this DA course.
Okay, okay. Okay, Anandu. So thank you for sharing your complete preparation journey with us. And this is really incredible and motivational for the future aspirants. And all the students who are watching this video, please like this session. And in the comments, let's congratulate Anandu. And if you have any doubts, you can put your doubts in the comments, and we will request Anandu that in the free time he can reply, he can resolve to your doubts. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you Anandu for joining us. Thank you for sharing your preparation journey, and many congratulations again.
Thank you again for thank you for having me. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Anandu.
yeah. Bye.